Hey guys, so I was sitting here working and I ended up on the EWG website and thought, you know what, I haven't shared the tap water database in this group in a while. So I wanted to make that resource available to you guys so you guys can check your water, what contaminants are in there, because clean drinking water is one of the most important things you can do when you're reducing the toxic burden on your body. So I'm sharing my screen here. This is the EWG tap water database. I'll put that link in the post with this video, but you can type in your zip code, and when you search, you will select your water system. And on here, contaminants detected, there are 10 that exceed the Environmental Working Group's health guidelines, 21 total contaminants found in the water. So you can go down here. It'll show you what contaminants are detected that exceed the EWG guidelines. Some of these are really high, 111 times, 148 times, 91 times. Just kind of all kinds of gross stuff in our tap water. So if you want to click on the details, it'll show you what the environmental health guidelines, what their standards are, what your particular utility has, the national average and state average in there. There are no legal limits on some of these things. So there's no regulation really as far as to what some of what is in the tap water. So you can click on there, more testing data. If you want to see what this particular contaminant, its implications on health, you can go here. So health concerns, cancer, harm to reproduction and children's development, change to fetal growth and development. So you can do that on any of the contaminants that are found. And then you can click over here and you can see what else is detected in the water. So we will look at, fluoride. So this utility, the legal limit, the national average. So this water system is higher than the national average, a little bit lower than state average, but the legal limit is way out here. And there are definitely some fluoride particularly is a neurotoxin. So harm to bones, bone cancer, among other things. So there's just some nasty stuff in drinking water. So the biggest takeaway here is to make sure that you have really good, clean drinking water. Bottled water, not going to be a very good replacement. In bottled water, they have found things like disinfection byproducts, industrial chemicals, prescription drugs, bacteria has been found in bottled water. So that's why the public systems have to test, and they have to make this testing available. Bottled water does not have to disclose their test results. So that's also kind of gross. Over here, we use Pro One filters. I don't want to invest in a whole house system. We don't plan on staying in this house, so it doesn't make sense to me to put in the money for a top of the line filtration system as much as I want to. So we use the Pro One, and I put those in the Berkey. We used to use a Berkey, but a lot came out on, is the Berkey as good as they claim? Does the water have to be a certain pH to filter out fluoride? What else have I heard? Aluminum gets put back into the water because of the filter. So there's just all kinds. The Berkey just wasn't, I just didn't feel like I could trust that one enough. So the Pro One is what we switched to. They actually fit in the Berkey. So if you're currently using a Berkey, you can use the Pro One filters. So on their website, it's under resources and lab reports. And it'll bring you back to the screen that we were on, and you can pick whichever filter you're using. So we use this one. And we can see what contaminants are in, or what filters it out. So you can go over here and you can see what contaminants are in there. And you can see if the Pro One water filters filter those out. Over here, it'll show you activated carbon. So that's like your Brita filters, your fridge filters, things like that. Reverse osmosis filters a lot out. Make sure if you're doing reverse osmosis or distilled water or something like that, make sure that you're adding your minerals back in, because that just really depletes the water of everything. And then ion exchanges, you can see that's not really the best option to get contaminants, especially these really nasty ones above health guidelines. So it doesn't filter that well. So reverse osmosis is probably your best. Activated carbon isn't terrible, but activated carbon does not do anything for the fluoride. So you want to make sure that you've got a filter that really filters out a lot of what's in tap water. Pro One also has water filters. You can get a cheap water filter for the shower. Shower filters. You can get a cheap one on Amazon. Just replace them. When we fill up a bath, we fill up the bath through the shower, so that there's just not so much chlorine and some of the nasty stuff in there that it really kind of messes with your skin. So that's a little bit. Check your water out. Let me know how gross it is.